Okay, friends, welcome to this lovely topic which we'll be discussing today. It's called as a tipping point. Tipping point designing breakthroughs. It's something which most of us have experienced in our life. As citizens of the country to which we belong, as people who are a part of social groups, we have come across tipping point. Today we'll be discussing about how this tipping point happens, its dynamics, and various other things. So I want you to just sit back, listen, and digest what is being conveyed to you. At the end of this discussion, I'm sure all of us will get a fairly good idea about what's tipping point, given the limited time. At the same time, we would be able to identify tipping points. Very exciting, isn't it? So let's go ahead and see what it is all about. The tipping point. The tipping point is a term that was coined by author Malcolm Gladwell. The name of the author is Malcolm Gladwell. This author has written a number of books. There are 3 important books he's written. The first book is called as A Tipping Point, on which this entire presentation is all about. Closely following that, he wrote another book called The Blink, another very popular book. Some of you must have read it. And the very recent book which he has come out with is called The Outliers. So what is it all about? Tipping point. Malcolm Gladwell has written this book called The Tipping Point, and it's about something very, very significant that happens. Something that happens, a major thing that happens in life. And that significant thing that happens has got its roots, its origins for something that is quite insignificant. Let me repeat. Something very major happens. And this major thing has got its origins. When you look back, when you go back in history, it has its origins to some innocuous or innocent or very insignificant incident in the past. So tipping point is trying to tell us how that small incident becomes the major incident. What are the steps to it? Is it random? No, it's systematic. It goes with a scientific approach. It goes very, very systematic. And so we'll take this journey to understand how this systematic process occurs. The name comes from a matchstick. The tipping point is represented by a matchstick, the tip of which, we know a matchstick. This matchstick, it seems very tiny, but it has got the capacity to start a fire, and it can burn whole cities. It's very, very tiny. It looks very innocuous. It looks very, very insignificant. A small matchstick. That's a tipping point. When you scratch it against the matchbox surface, you get the fire, the flame, and the flame can actually set a series of chain reactions, burning even whole cities. The tipping point is indicative of the seemingly innocuous incident. Seemingly innocuous. Innocuous means very, very insignificant. It appears that it doesn't have any significance. Very, very innocuous. Such an incident is the cause of major incidents to come. So this whole topic, this whole theme of today's discussion is about how these small incidents create major incidents to come in the future.